I was actually at the cinema the other day watching Ikiru, which is a bit like this tragedy film that people describe as like life-changing. And I was kind of like, how should I put it, expecting that. And I would say that I was not let down by the film. I thought like, wow, that was like an amazing film. That was really, really good. I really liked the film. But I felt a bit disappointed in terms of like how people had described the film and how they called it like life-changing. And I do kind of feel like it was in a way, but not in the way that people had described, or like this is going to sound really weird because it's like one of the most beloved films ever made. Well, I would say it changed my life just in terms of like it was life affirming is maybe how I would describe it, into not changing me to have a new perspective, but it changed me to understand that like, oh, what I already believe in is very much like the right path. And what I felt was confusing about Ikiru was that like people described it as a tragedy, very sad. And I watched the film, and all I could think at the end of it was like, that was an amazing comedy. That was, I feel like what changed about my life from watching that film was just like, oh, my perspective of what a comedy is very different from like what other people perceive to be a comedy. Like, what I perceive to be comedy is something that sort of, it necessitates having trauma, not trauma, tragedy. Like, you can't just be like, haha, funny guy, let's do the funny thing, let's say, let's reference a meme video I saw, kid named Pubert. That's my new video. And just me saying kid named Pubert based on one video I saw on Twitter. And no one knows what I'm talking about because that was dead like an hour after it became a meme. Like, I want comedy that necessitates character and story and people in contrast to one another. And other people seem to look at that and they say that's a tragedy. And I'm like, wow, like, I don't know. I feel like, isn't it more funny, the fact that, like, it affirms how absurd life is? Like, it's not just a guy. The plot of the film Akiru, like Akira Kurosawa, is that an old man is diagnosed with cancer, and he has like a short amount of time left to live. And it is legitimately, don't get me wrong, it is legitimately, the film is a tragedy, but I genuinely feel as if it's like a misunderstood comedy. Because, no, hear me out, I don't find cancer to be funny, but everything that stands in contrast to, like, someone trying to find what makes life worth living is deeply funny. But I genuinely feel as if, like, there's nothing funnier than a guy who has cancer trying to find life worth living, and he can't find it. See, I'm laughing right now. It's very funny. Can you imagine that? Haha. There's so much to the film that is like, how should I put it? It's not the, here's, a lot of people would do that film. A guy finds out he has cancer, and a very short amount of time left to live, and they would be like, how do we make this film? Oh, it's about a guy trying to like find, oh, now I finally understood at the end of my life. I feel more alive than I ever did before, now that I've found out that life is so beautiful and short. That's not what the film did. That's not what Ikiru does. Ikiru kind of just portrays life as it is. And life is not that. It's just like, life is fucking absurd. It's very strange. It's like, and even in trying to find that meaning, it's almost hopelessly insane, or like hopelessly like conflicting. Everything you do in trying to find meaning stands in direct conflict to something else, and That is insanely funny to me. I've never really liked... I mean, I'm sure I like memes and stuff like that, but I feel like I've never liked memes for the sake of being memes. You know what I mean? Like, memes are only funny to me when they are in small circles with my friends. It's not something... It's something that loses its meaning when everyone understands it. I don't find reference humor to be funny, is just what I'm saying, I guess. Like, the way that a lot of people would make a video on YouTube is something like, what if Mario met Zelda and they hit it off? Here, let's write that sketch right now. Mario goes through a pipe, he ends up in Hyrule, and he's like, oh, this is a strange... I'm not actually know what I don't know if I want to do a voice, but I'll do it once. This is a strange place. And then he does something, he beats something up, and Zelda is like, wow, Link? And no, it's a man with a mustache. Oh, thanks, I guess. But then Mario does something really impressive, and Zelda is like, actually, this guy is way cooler than Link. Anyway, they do go through all these things, and Zelda is like, it's been very fun hanging out with you, Mario, but, you know, I'm so worried about Link. You should go back to your place now, bye. And then cut to Link eating spaghetti in Mario's place, and he's like, this is fucking awesome. I'm never going back. End of skit. There's no real point to the skit at that point. It's just like, isn't it funny that one thing meets the other? And yeah, that's like most... I feel like that's most comedy. It's just like, haha. This is unexpected. Haha. Thing meets thing. What if the Minions met the Joker? Actually, that would be an awesome video. The Minions meet the Joker. Then you would, oh my god, no, oh my god. That could be an amazing video. Because the Joker is like, society fucking sucks. Then he encounters the Minions, and he's like, I'm gonna shape society in my own way. Then he does that, and he looks at his Minions, and he's like, wow, society is terrible. It's even worse now. Oh my god, society. And then he looks out, and it's all Minions. And he's like, now I get it. Society will always be society no matter what. The end. It's my funny, it's my funny comedy skit. Actually, you know what? I take it all back. Thing meets thing is the funniest thing possible. I've opened my third eye thanks to, yeah, to my 3 hours of sleep. I've opened. I see the path ahead of me now, and it's all just like, what if the Joker met Zelda? And it's like, wow, the Joker goes for a pipe. I'll just go do the pipe thing again. He falls down a pipe, ends up in Hyrule. I don't know. I ran out of ideas. Maybe he just meets Ganon. He meets Ganondorf instead, and he's like, "Ooh, I like you." And Ganondorf is just like giving him an angry look. We should team up. We could change things around here. The Joker teams up with Ganondorf. Ganondorf does not want to team up. That could be the funny dynamic. Haha. Ganon is like, I work alone. I just want Hyrule. And actually the Joker screws everything up for him. And he's like, you're worse than Link. And that's the punchline of the thing. Like, actually by being evil, the Joker screwed up Ganon's plans even more. That would be funny. That's a video. I should be working for like Saturday Night Live, I feel like. And they should just feed me caffeine pills so that I never ever sleep. He's like, this is better than AI. What if Ganon... And then I just pass out. Just sneak a pill into his food later. He can have 1 hour. I wake up. What if Mario meets Pikachu? That's been done. And then they slam my hand. They say, no, we did that. We did that like 10 times and people thought it was funny. It was the funniest thing ever. They want more, but we are saying enough. You need to do better than Mario and Pikachu. Mario meets Kirby. No. We're saving that for the Super Smash Bros. Special. Mario meets Totoro from Studio Ghibli, and they all just look at me in shock, and we're like, holy fuck. No, 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 let him spit, let him spit. Mario goes down a pipe. He ends up in a Ghibli film. Anyway, Mario meets Totoro. Right? Now, it feels sacrilegious to make a parody of Ghibli films. Super Smash Bros. The movie. Holy shit, dude. Okay, so here we go. Plot. Mario and Luigi get into a fight. But they're just verbally fighting. They're not fist fighting yet. But then Mario is like, oh, you can really be a little piece of shit sometimes, you know that. He doesn't actually say that because, you know, it's for kids. But he says something on that level, but for kids, you know, like... And Luigi takes offense to that. Oh, fuck you, Mario, but not literally that. And then they go separate ways. They're like, you know what? We've been the Mario Bros for a long time now. I'm Mario done. It's Mario me and Mario me only. And it's a Luigi me as well. Holy shit, I found a bicycle? Oh, just like that. And then they go separate ways. But of course, they inevitably meet other people. Like Luigi encounters Link. And they're like, oh, we're both green. I like you. And Link is like, holy shit, this dude makes spaghetti. This is awesome. And Mario encounters, like, Kirby. And Kirby is just stupid because he's dumb. So he just agrees to team up with Mario, and Mario's like, yes, this is perfect. Another dumb idiot by my side. You know where the film is heading. You know, they team up, they form their own teams. So there's Team Mario and Team Luigi, and eventually you have this, like, big fight. Because they've all heard different stories about what Mario did and what Luigi did. But then the big thing happens. And they're like, actually, I can't stand Kirby. And I'm Captain Falcon. No, that's not what he sounds. I'm Star Fox. And I can't stand this guy. And then the teams who have teamed up start fighting each other. And then that is when Mario and Luigi finally see it. Like, holy shit, dude, fighting doesn't work out. It's not good. And then the executives are looking at this pitch and they're like, hold up. The film is called Super Mario Bros. And the point of the game is fighting. We can't have a film that says fighting is bad. And they all look at each other and they're like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. If we're going to make the Super Mario Bros. Movie, we have to change the ending. And the story writer's like, fuck, I just wanted to do the stereotypical thing. But now now I have to be original. Shit. Yeah, but what if they fight for fun? That's how it works. The executives sign it off. Oh shit, Master Hand. That's what you do. The other thing of, like, the Master Hand comes. I completely forgot about Master Hand. That's why we're fighting each other, man. We have a real story, quote unquote. And then the Joker comes in. And what if Link meets the Joker? I could become a billionaire. It would be so easy. And yet here I am, refusing to sell my soul. And you know what? It was not worth it. This is the moral of my stream. Don't do what I do. Go sell your soul. It's not worth it. Somehow, things work out. Smiles. But do sell your soul, though. Maybe you should take one YouTube sponsorship. Hello, phone. Alright. That was an email. That was actually a sponsorship, but I'm not. No, I refuse. Actually, I don't think Toblerone sponsorship is a real thing. I think that might be a scam. Actually, I think I'm not that desperate. I'm not against doing sponsors or whatever, but I feel like my position on it has always been like, if I do a sponsor, I want it to be something that I enjoy. I would not take a sponsorship from like Raid Shadow Legends because that's a bad game. It's not even a real game. I was looking at the categories for Twitch games earlier, and there were like 500 people watching Raid Shadow Legends. Who are these people? You're not fucking real. And how does Raid Shadow Legends only have like 500 viewers after putting in billions upon billions of money into marketing? It's not a fucking, it's a, I don't know, it must be a scam. But, so I would not do Raid Shadow Legends, but I would do like Coca-Cola or Pepsi Max, because yeah, I like those drinks. I would sell out in a heartbeat. If McDonald's came to me and was like, would you do a video about the Big Mac, I would do it, because I like the Big Mac. Hell, I'll even do a Whopper. But I'll put less effort into the Whopper video. I feel like this Toblerone sponsorship with a Russian email might not be real, but can you imagine? Thank you everyone for coming though. Thank you for coming to my stream. My sleep deprived sleep. What if Madotsky meets the Joker? And Madotsky is like, stairs. Joker is like, holy shit. I need to get back into society. This is not working out. I do not want to be that.